now you got Boots Ennis in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid.
You think there's anything left for him, coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight going
I wouldn't
160.
do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. He looked at excellent.
Is there
What's surprised you
anybody?
the most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160, possibly going. Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight? You think
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying, and the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Stay away from it. And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating. Yeah. You know how I got called.
Terence "Bud" Crawford has surprised the boxing world once again. Right after the biggest victory of his career by defeating Canelo Alvarez and becoming the first fighter ever to become the undisputed champion in 3 different weight divisions, he appeared in a live interview and finally said what fans had been waiting to hear.
Everything you said about fighting not being there spiritually, mentally, you think that might have affected Canelo, or that was just the skill difference was too wide?
You know, I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time.
Right.
He fought 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing, everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford his credit, man. To keep your mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Mm-hmm. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight next.
It's the reason.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
Yeah, it's good.
it's a no-brainer.
Of course, congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
He said he is ready to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. That is right. One of the most avoided fighters in boxing, and one of the most dangerous young champions in the sport. Now the man many already call the greatest is looking at Boots as his next opponent. This fight could mark the moment one generation hands over to the next. It could be a battle between 2 different eras. Or it could be the fight that proves Crawford cannot be beaten. Let's take a closer look. Terence Crawford did not just defeat Canelo Alvarez. He changed the entire boxing landscape. Before that fight, many people questioned him. They wondered if a fighter who built his reputation at 135, 140, and 147 could really compete with a natural 168-pound fighter like Canelo.
Should Bud go to 160? I think Bud should do what he want to do. Are you going to the Crawford parade on Saturday? I believe I am going. Yes, I believe that I am going. I have to look at my schedule and stuff.
But Crawford did much more than simply make it through the fight. He controlled the action from start to finish and outboxed, outsmarted, and outperformed Canelo across all 12 rounds to earn a clear decision victory.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so
yeah,
honestly. But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. Mm-hmm. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
That victory did more than earn him Canelo's undisputed championship. It firmly established him as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. There were no excuses and no arguments left. Crawford had proven he was the best.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
After that victory, the conversation was no longer about whether he was a great fighter. People started asking if he was the greatest of all time. But reaching that level always puts a bigger target on your back.
Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
Jaron Boots Ennis has been calling out Crawford for years. He remains undefeated with 34 victories and 30 knockouts. Many fighters at welterweight stayed away from facing him and even admitted they did not want that challenge. Boots is quick, powerful, and dangerous every time he steps into the ring. At just 27 years old, he is entering the best years of his career.
A lot of people compare Ennis with Crawford, but Ennis always says he's got a completely different style, and the only similarity is they both switch. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Me personally, I think that Terence Crawford boxes a hell of a lot more in the moment, phenomenal fighter in the moment. And I think Ennis is a lot more of a chess player.
Fans have spent years wondering what would happen if Crawford the master technician stepped into the ring with Boots the hungry young contender. Now that matchup is no longer just something people imagine. Crawford has personally agreed to make the fight happen.
What about the Terence Bud Crawford fight? I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering those questions, you know. And if a fight happened, it happened. You know, I wanted it to happen, but if not, yeah.
During a live interview after the Canelo fight, Crawford did not avoid the question. When he was asked about Boots, he made it clear that he was willing to take the fight. The boxing world reacted immediately. The reason was simple. Crawford did not need to accept this challenge. He could retire with a perfect record of 42 wins and no losses and leave the sport as a legend. Instead, he is talking about facing Boots, the fighter that many boxers do not even want to bring up.
That's the fight that everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Do you respect him as, like, when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so...
I understand it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called, and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So
right.
I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like this, acting like that.
That is one of the biggest reasons fans respect Crawford. He does not only choose the biggest fights. He also accepts the challenges that many people believe he should stay away from.
What do you like watching now?
Terence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, yeah. I love watching Boots. Boots got game.
Fighter.
People don't understand Boots got game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Boots, every now and then he messes on the defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford is a different kind of animal.
Proven.
You feel me? Proven stud. You understand where I'm coming from? But Boots, if anybody could be Bud in the future, it would probably be a Boots, because Boots got enough tools to be anybody.
So what weight would the Crawford and Ennis fight happen at? Boots is the current WBA welterweight champion at 147, while Crawford has already moved up. He has fought at 154 and recently won at 168. He is not likely to return to 147. The fight would most likely happen at 154 or possibly 160, since Boots can move up and Crawford no longer needs a tough weight cut.
I'm trying to tell you, 154, man, it's mine. 154 is mine, and they're gonna see, you know, and they're gonna see, and just stay tuned. And like I said, when I handle business October 11th, we're gonna see.
That is where the fight becomes even more dangerous. At the higher weights, Crawford is not as fast, but he still has his great skills. Boots is younger, stronger, and still filling out his frame. That is what makes this matchup so exciting. There is also an interesting twist. Boots even helped Canelo prepare for the Crawford fight.
Hello, first things first. A lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots, with Boots Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always want great sparrings because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Motley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And it was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with him because he made that time to go and give me a good work.
That is right. Boots took part in sparring sessions and worked with Team Canelo to help prepare for Bud. He was involved in the plan to study Crawford and find ways to deal with his style.
Now it's here, Keith. You ready?
Man?
Yeah, of course, baby.
Going this way?
Man, you know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time back. I told you the comeback 2025 is the key.
What do you think about Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good stuff.
You think that matters?
That's beautiful.
Anywhere.
That's beautiful, man. You know, when you.
It's a good move.
That's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. It's champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Malta with Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss. You're the best.
You know, so I like it.
But Canelo still ended up losing the fight. Now think about it. Boots knows what it is like to prepare for Bud during a training camp, and Bud knows what it takes to beat the fighter Boots was helping.
He's not me.
Yeah.
You know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him, so.
Yeah. Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, like, once again, like, he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
This is more than just another fight. It has become personal. Boots could see it as a chance to make up for what happened, while Crawford could see it as another way to prove his point. You helped the man I defeated, and now I will beat you as well. The boxing world is talking about it. Some experts like Max Kellerman believe Crawford should keep fighting because he has shown he can beat anyone in any weight class. Others like Eddie Hearn think he should retire undefeated and protect the legacy he has built.
Sorry? Should Crawford retire? Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true because I actually said it about Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off. Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire. And everyone's like, why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, 6 division champ? 5, 35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want to fight for big money. And there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, he was obviously very close to him, seemed to say, so maybe that's it.
Then there are fighters like Boots himself who want Crawford to take on another big challenge. Many experts say Crawford has already proved everything he needed to prove, but fans still want to see if the experienced champion can overcome the younger contender. That is what makes boxing so exciting because of these battles between different generations.
As his trainer, do you feel like he should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
You know what? They made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? Got 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Train camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
You think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge if you want to challenge yourself. Yeah, I don't mind.
So how would this fight play out? Crawford is a brilliant switch hitter who can fight in both the orthodox and southpaw stance. He studies his opponent during the fight, figures out their style round by round, and usually finishes the strongest.
Do you think Ennis is the guy to give Crawford like trouble in there if they were ever to fight?
I think that would be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
Boots is explosive, unpredictable, and very athletic. He throws punches from different angles, has real knockout power in both hands, and has the speed to close the distance quickly. Crawford's biggest strengths are his experience, ring IQ, and calm approach. Boots has the advantage in youth power and hunger. This would be an exciting fight. The biggest question is whether Crawford is too old for this challenge. He is 38, and most fighters at that age have either retired or are no longer at their best.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today. Somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without a
It's
question.
the perfect send-off.
But Crawford is not like most fighters. He stays in great shape, keeps himself disciplined, and just defeated Canelo. Even so, age catches everyone eventually, and if Boots is going to beat Crawford, this may be his best chance. That is why fans are divided. Some believe Crawford will outclass him, while others think Boots will end his career. If this fight happens, it will be one of the biggest in boxing. It is the experienced champion against the rising star. The undefeated legend against the young contender. Crawford is trying to strengthen his all-time legacy, while Boots is chasing the biggest win of his career. If Crawford wins, he adds even more to his legacy. If Boots wins, he becomes one of the biggest names in boxing. After beating Canelo, Crawford also hinted that retirement is on his mind and said he would discuss it with his team. Eddie Hearn and others believe he should retire with his perfect record, but agreeing to face Boots shows he is not done yet. He still wants another major challenge. Some fans have also called for a fight with David Benavidez at 168, but Crawford's team has already ruled that out and plans to rest before choosing the right fight.
You want to fight Canelo? Would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster David Benavidez? But you want Canelo. But you want Canelo.
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't. You know.
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big when I fought him. But you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. Like, he might be thick, you know what I mean, but he's not a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, like, because I fought that at one point when Volkanovski was champion. I had retired. You know, I had retired, and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for is to fight a dude. I'm 5'4". This dude's fucking 5'6", and he's pound for pound. Right. So that's, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size them up. Yeah. You just size them up, especially when you going into a bigger weight class like that. You know what I mean? You size them up and you see, you know, your advantages and his advantages. You know, I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. You know, he might got the size, the power. You know, I feel like, you know, I got the better skills, boxing skills.
How would you...
Boots feels like the perfect next opponent. He is dangerous, he is young, and he is already connected to the Crawford and Canelo story. Boxing experts are divided on the matchup. Some believe Crawford will outclass Boots just like he did against Errol Spence because of his skill experience and ring IQ. Others believe Boots is too young, too powerful, and too explosive, and that age could finally catch up with Crawford. Fans are also split. Some want Crawford to add another huge win to his legacy, while others believe it is time for the next generation to take over. Now the spotlight is on Terence Crawford after his victory over Canelo Alvarez, as he has agreed to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. It is the fight many never thought Crawford needed, but the one everyone wants to watch.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, you know, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, you know, that he's still very much in his prime.
If Crawford wins, his place among the greatest will become even stronger. If he loses, it could mark the beginning of a new era led by Boots Ennis. No matter the result, boxing fans will be the real winners.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, you know, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, you know, that he's still very much in his prime.
So what do you think? Should Crawford take the risk and fight Boots Ennis, or should he retire now and finish his career with a perfect 42-0 record? If the fight takes place at 154 or 160, who do you think comes out on top? The experienced champion or the young contender? Share your opinion in the comments, and do not forget to like this video and subscribe to Fight Field. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.